we are at the brand new Fiber Flock Festival. We're just walking in. Hello my fiber friends, we are back from the Flock Fiber Festival and I just wanted to close out this video by showing you guys what I purchased. This for me is like the best part, obviously. I didn't purchase a lot because there was just so much going on at the Flock Fiber Festival. There were so many people there. It was so much fun. I cannot wait for next year. It's going to be so great. All right, so let me show you what I got. First things first is the yarn. So I did purchase quite a bit of yarn. I just purchased yarn that I like really stood out to me, or yarn specifically for what I wanted to make. So let me go ahead and get started. I'm actually going to go ahead and get started with the one of the booths that I visited on Sunday, which was Botanical Yarn booth. Now Botanical Yarn is, I believe, owned by Grace. I'm not sure if Grace has another person that's involved with her or involved in the business with her, but Grace is from York, or her shop is from York, UK. She is the nicest person. I got to meet Grace and her lovely boyfriend at the Flock Fiber Festival on Sunday, and they were just the nicest people, and I can't wait to go and visit them in their shop in York. That's going to be so exciting. She also told me that they she hosts a yarn festival in Yorkshire every November. And honestly, for me, that sounds like so much fun. Like, honestly, forget Rhinebeck. I want to go to Yorkshire. I want to go to the Yorkshire Yarn Festival. Like, that just sounds awesome. So let me show you the yarn that I purchased from Grace at Botanical Yarn booth. First up, she had these awesome, because we visited on Sunday and Sunday was the last day of the festival, she had these really awesome, like this really awesome bucket of like 25% off yarns, and they were like mini skeins and just full skeins and just random stuff that she was putting in there, because obviously being from England, she flew over 3,000 miles to be at the Flock Fiber Festival on that weekend, and she didn't want to take a whole bunch of yarn back with her, I suppose is what they were saying. So she had put some on sale. So I actually got this from her sale bin. Just a little pot of mini skeins here, but I really liked these colors. So this is these are mini skeins. This is from Botanical Yarn. This is the fingering weight yarn. Obviously mini skeins. There's 85 meters. 20 grams, 85 meters in each little mini skein, and it is 4-ply superwash, 75% merino, and 25% nylon. And these colors, I'm not sure what the name of these colors are. They don't have specific names on here, but it's from February 2023 Flower of the Month Club. So I'm not totally familiar with Botanical Yarn's colors or their monthly color club or whatever it is, but I really liked this color palette. I thought it was just really pretty. So it's got some peachy pinks, some beautiful purples. This one is slightly speckled, and then you got this beautiful contrasting yellow here. That's kind of like a muted yellow. It's not too neon-y or harsh, but anyway, I really liked it. So I got this for 25% off. Little mini skeins. Not sure what I'm going to do with that yet, but I got that. And then the other yarn that I got from Botanical Yarns is this yarn. And wow, this yarn is so bright and beautiful. This one really stood out to me. I was looking at it for like what felt like forever. I was probably standing there for like 10 or 20 minutes trying to figure out if I wanted to purchase it or not. But in the end I did, because I just had to. So this is Botanical Yarns. Again, this one here is the fingering weight yarn, 4-ply superwash, 75% merino, 25% nylon. There's 100 grams or 425 meters in this one skein. And this, I don't know if this is a newer colorway, but it's definitely summer feeling. Definitely a lot of Barbie core pink at the Flock Fiber Festival this year. This color is called Monarda. Sorry, I think that's the name of the color. I'm not 100%. Anyway, this is the yarn that I purchased here, this beautiful hot neon pink. This is the fingering weight yarn, and then I purchased yarn of the same color. This is the mohair lace weight yarn though, so it's 72% kid mohair and 28% silk. Brush singles, there's 50 grams in one hank or 420 meters. So obviously this color goes together, so this is the same colorway. But yeah, I really liked it. I'll let you know later what shawl I'm going to make because I do have an idea of what I'm going to do. But yeah, I purchased this from Botanical Yarns. All right, and the next yarn that I purchased was from Miss Babs Yarn Company. Now, I love Miss Babs yarn. I am not new to Miss Babs. Miss Babs yarn is what I used to actually make my very first sweater. I knitted a brioche sweater from Woolen Pine Designs. I think it was, I can't remember the name of the pattern, I apologize, but it was a brioche sweater pattern, and I knit it out of Miss Babs yarn. All of it was Miss Babs yarn. So I absolutely love Miss Babs yarn. The great thing about them is that you get an incredible amount of yardage in each skein of yarn. So I purchased this colorway here from Miss Babs yarn. This is a fingering weight yarn as well. This yarn is it's called the Tarte base, T-A-R-T-E, Tarte yarn base. It's a fingering weight. It's 75% superwash merino wool, 15% nylon, and 10% tencel. There's 500 yards in one skein, or 457 meters. So that is an incredible amount of yardage. I love that. That's awesome. So this is the yarn that I purchased here. I purchased 3 skeins of this yarn. So I have 1,500 yards. I have a sweater's worth quantity of this yarn, and I do intend to make a sweater with this yarn. I do want to pair it with like a kind of maybe a grayish or a mint green mohair. I'm not sure yet, but yeah, I do intend to make a sweater with this yarn, so that's why I got so much. Now, this colorway is really beautiful. I don't know if you can tell. It's super variegated and really cool. The colorway is specific for the Flock Fiber Festival, so it's a colorway that they did specifically for the festival. It is called, what's it called? Oh, I think it's just called Salt Air, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's it. Salt Air. It's called Salt Air, which is obviously inspired by the Pacific Northwest, Seattle kind of salty air weather. You know, like there's we have the Puget Sound here and a lot of water, and yeah, the air in Seattle can get very salty and just really nice. And yeah, this is definitely inspired by that. So I really enjoyed this yarn. I think it's really beautiful, and I'm really happy that I got it because it's, like I said, it's a yarn specifically dyed for the festival, and I don't know that it'll be available again. So yeah, this is what I purchased from Miss Babs. Okay, and the next yarn that I purchased was from Pearls and Postulates. Sorry, my hair is getting in my way again. Obviously, always. My hair is always in the way. Sorry. This is yarn from Pearls and Postulates. They're a beautiful yarn company in the Pacific Northwest. This is one skein of yarn, if you can tell here, but there's actually 2 skeins kind of put together in this one hank. So you've got this beautiful fingering weight variegated yarn. It's got like beautiful light peaches and some pinks, a lot of greens, sort of a mossy green, some beautiful brown speckles. It's a really beautiful yarn. And then it's paired with this like peachy and sort of pinkish mohair yarn. So I don't know if you could see that, but it's a beautiful hank. And so there's 2 skeins in one, essentially. So the skeins that I got, the Harris, it's called Double Helix Harris sock yarn. That's the sock yarn here. That is 75% merino, 25% nylon. There's 463 yards in one skein, and it's paired with Wilson mohair, which is 72% kid mohair and 28% silk. There's 459 yards in the one skein. And this entire hank of yarn that comes with both is called Timeless and Data Flow. The cool thing about Pearls and Postulates yarn, maybe some of you already know, but the cool thing about them is that all of their yarns and notions and whatnot are kind of like all of the yarn hanks, the colors are named after different things in the STEM field. So the person that owns the shop does everything in the STEM area. So that's really, really cool. And so they had little notions of like little science beakers and stuff like that, which I thought was really cute. So anyway, Pearls and Polyester, this is what I got from this. Now I did get to meet Professor Pearl. She has a beautiful podcast of her own here on YouTube. Hi, Nicole. Nicole from Professor Pearl. I did get to meet her, and she had a gorgeous shawl pattern that she has just made. I can't remember the name of the shawl. That might be what it's called, Timeless and Data Flow. I'm not 100% sure. I have to look it up. I'll put the information in the description box down below. But Nicole from Professor Pearl has a beautiful new shawl pattern, and this yarn is put together specifically for that pattern. So I did get this yarn hank, and I did purchase the pattern already. So I have everything ready to go. So I already know what I'm making with this. But yeah, this is what I got from Pearls and Postulates to make Professor Pearl's beautiful new shawl pattern. Okay, and then the last yarn that I purchased, I didn't purchase too much yarns, as you can tell, but the last yarn that I purchased, I actually already caked it up and got started with what I was going to make because I was just honestly way too excited. So let me show you what I got. They had Spin Cycle Yarn Company. If you don't know, Spin Cycle Yarn is based here in the Pacific Northwest. So they were at the festival. Really great to see them there. And they had so much yarn. They had so much yarn in their booth, and I'm just so excited. Okay, so let me show you. So this is all messed up. So like I said, I already gotten started. This is the yarn that I purchased though. I purchased 2 hanks of this yarn, which is, I have it right here. So this is Spin Cycle Yarn's collaboration with Moondrake Yarn Company. This is their Moon Spun colorway. It's more of a like a sport weight / fingering weight yarn, and it is there's 300 yards in each hank, and it's 100% superwash American wool. It is a sport weight. It's a sport weight 2-ply. So that's this one here. The color that I got was dark spruce. Some of you guys may already know what I'm making with this. Some of you may know. There was a lot of people making the same thing, I will just tell you that. Anyway, so I purchased this dark green, dark spruce. And then the next yarn that I got from Spin Cycle, I got 2 skeins of this one here. Beautiful variegated. This is actually the same colorway, but as you can see, because they're like hand-dyed yarns and they variegate differently, they look super different, but they're actually the same colorway. This colorway, this is the Spin Cycle dyed in the wool. It is a sport weight yarn or light fingering. So this is dyed in the wool. This is in the color Verba Volant. So Verba Volant, this is a 100% American wool. It is super washed. There's 200 yards in each hank or skein. But yeah, like I said, this is the same colorway, but they just look so different. Isn't that funny? I always think that's funny when you get like hand-dyed yarns and they come out looking like when you have them in like the uncaked hanks, they look similar, and that's what I tried to do. I tried to get ones that looked similar, but then when you cake them up, they honestly just look so different, and I just think that's hilarious. I don't know why, I just think that's so funny. But anyway, it's a beautiful gradient, as you can see. I love it. So I got 2 of those, and then the last yarn that I purchased, very excited to show it to you. This is yarn that I got actually from Moondrake Yarn Company, so it's not from Spin Cycle, but this is from Moondrake Yarn Company. This is the Fua, I think I'm saying that right, Fua yarn. It is a fingering weight yarn, 315 yards in each skein. Get ready for this, you guys. It is 70% brushed cashmere and 30% superwash merino. Brushed cashmere? What? Oh my god. Wait till you see it. This is the one that I got. I only got one skein rather, of that. Look at it. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. You guys, this is actually called Barbie Pink. Barbie Pink was a huge hit over at the Flock Fiber Festival this year. It was absolutely everywhere. This colorway. What are you doing? Shh. Sorry. D'Artagnan is like, he's on my bed, but he's like, you know how like dogs like sometimes scratch up where they're gonna lay before they lay? He was just doing that right now, so sorry about that. Anyway, Barbie Pink. Barbie Pink was everywhere at the Flock Fiber Festival. Oh my gosh, everywhere. Obviously the Barbie movie just came out. I haven't watched it, but I know a lot of people have. I will watch it eventually, but I think I'm gonna wait for streaming services. But yeah, it was absolutely everywhere. So I got this one, and I got the one from Botanical Yarn, as you saw, that's quite similar. It's just a little bit more neon-y. But this one is actually called Barbie Pink. So Barbie Pink. So I got those colorways. Now some of you may know what I'm making with this, as I said, and that is going to be the new pattern from Andrea Mowry for the Rhinebeck Festival. I think the Rhinebeck is in October. She had two patterns come out, the tessellated pullover and the tessellated vest. And I am team vest. I'm going to be making the tessellated vest, and I've already gotten started. I know there's so many people that are making this, and there's so many people that some people are just already done, and then some people are just way further along than me, but that's okay, because I'm not going to Rhinebeck. I'm just making it to make it and to be involved. But this is my tessellated vest. So as you can see, I've just gotten started with it. Actually, I got further than this. I messed up. So when I started it, I started with, you start from the bottom up, apparently. This is what we're doing. I'm starting from the bottom up, and you start with a 1x1 ribbing. And I don't know about any of you guys, but I kind of don't really like doing 1x1 ribbing. I don't know, I think it's just the way that I knit. I am as I've mentioned before, I'm what's called a continental thrower. So I throw my yarn, but I'm continental style at the same time. Hard to explain, but I'm a continental thrower. So I think it's just the way that I knit that makes it unenjoyable. I don't know, but I don't really enjoy doing 1x1 ribbing. But then what I did, I messed up. So I started the ribbing. I actually you're supposed to knit 1.5 inches of 1x1 ribbing and then start with the pattern here, as you see. But you're supposed to do the ribbing in 2 needle sizes smaller than the rest of the pattern. And that's pretty standard. A lot of patterns do that, where you knit the ribbing in a smaller size needle. It just gives it a really nice look. And I unfortunately did 1.5 inches of 1x1 ribbing in the wrong size needle. I did it in the needle, this needle here, which is a size 4. And I was supposed to do it with a size 2. So I had to frog it all out, rip it all back, and start over. And so, but I did, because I want it to look nice and I want it to be right. So I went ahead and just frogged it and started it over again. So, but this is my second attempt, and so far so good. But yeah, this is my tessellated vest coming along. It's looking really interesting so far. It's going to be really, really nice, I think, once the gradient of that Verbivolant, and I'm starting with this skein here. Once that gradient of the Verbivolant kicks in, I think it'll start to look really, really cool. So I can't wait for that. But yeah, this is my tessellated vest coming together. Very excited about that. But yeah, purchased at the Flock Fiber Festival. Very exciting. Alright, so that's all the yarn that I purchased. I didn't purchase any more yarn. Sorry, my mic just hit my lips. I didn't really purchase a whole lot else, but I did purchase a couple more things. So I got some buttons here. I actually went with a swatch of yarn. It's like a beautiful brown. Here, I have it. I'll show you. Right here. This is it. So I went with this swatch to the festival on Sunday. We went on Saturday and Sunday. And this is the swatch that I brought with me on Sunday. And this is swatch that I'm making a secret test knit. It's secret, so I'm not allowed to tell you too much about it, but I am doing a test knit right now. And I knit this swatch in the yarn that I'm using for my test knit. And the test knit does require 2 buttons, just 2 buttons, not any more than 2. So I went to try to match my buttons to my swatch, and this is really the best that I could find. They're just really plain brown buttons here, but they really go with, they do go with the swatch that I purchased. So slightly darker, but I think will show up really cute. To be honest, I was hoping for a little bit more variety in terms of buttons and other little notions at the festival, but I didn't see too much of that. So hopefully next year we have more vendors that will come and showcase their non-yarn and items and little things, because it's super fun to look at. So anyway, these are the buttons that I purchased. I purchased these from Denim, a company called Denim and Rain. I know that they are local, but I'm not sure too much else about them, but Denim and Rain, so I purchased those buttons. The other thing that I got was some wool wash. So I purchased this wool wash here from Woolen and Company. They are handcrafted lanolin provisions. So they had wool washes and bars of soap and stuff like that. And yeah, I was just smelling all their good stuff. This one here, when I saw it, because they had all kinds of different smells, like there was all kinds of different ones, and I thought I was gonna just get like the lavender one, or they had one that was rose, so I thought those were smelling really good. So I saw the label on this one. It's called Tobacco and Bay Leaf, and I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like that. I don't know, that doesn't sound very appealing, does it? Tobacco and Bay Leaf. But then I smelled it and I was like, oh my gosh, you guys, it smells so good. It smells like, you know what, the closest thing that I can compare it to, yeah, wow, oh, so good. The closest thing that I can compare it to, and I told the ladies that work there this, is, do you remember the cologne from Abercrombie and Fitch? Like the Abercrombie and Fitch cologne? I think it's called Abercrombie. It smells very similar to that. But do you remember that old Abercrombie stores? That's what this smells like. It smells so good. I am obsessed with it. It's amazing. So the ingredients are all natural. So it's got I don't know how you say this word, saponified? Saponified. I don't know. Saponified oils of olive, coconut, castor, shea butter, lanolin, citric acid, sodium chloride, and essential fragrance and oils. So it's pretty much all natural. That's awesome. And yeah, so I'm going to use this wool wash to, and I got the one that was liquid instead of the bar. They had both kinds, but I got the one with those liquid because I tend to block my knitted makes in water, so I just let them soak in there for like 15 or 30 minutes or whatever, and this is perfect for that. So yeah, wool wash, that's what I got. I recommend checking out this smell though. It's really good. That's it, you guys. I didn't purchase too much else. Oh, I did get one more thing. Let me show you. One last thing I got. My mom actually got this for me. I got a t-shirt of the Flock Fiber Festival. So exciting. They didn't have any more totes. When we went on Saturday, we were all 3 of us, me, my mom, and my mom's friend Pam, were really hoping to get a tote bag. because, you know, it's cool when you get a tote bag at the yarn festival. Then you can just walk around to all the little booths, and anything that you purchase, you can just go right into the tote bag, and it makes it so easy. But they were out of tote bags when we got there. They had just run out of tote bags when we got there, so I didn't get a chance to get a tote bag this year, but maybe next year. They had really nice ones though. But we did get a t-shirt, so I'm so excited about that. Flock Fiber Festival, August 4th through 6th, 2023. Super cute. So I can't wait to wear that. Yeah, but that's it, you guys. That's all I got at the Flock Fiber Festival. I really hope you guys enjoyed my little vlog. I'm so sorry. I'm so terrible at vlogging, especially when I go to these yarn festivals, because there's so much to see. And at this one, there was just so many people there, and it was so fun. And I just got to meet a whole bunch of amazing people, podcasters, and yeah, it was just great. So I'm so terrible at remembering to film these things, so I apologize. But I hope that if you get a chance to check out the Flock Fiber Festival next year, that you can come and do that in Seattle, because it's going to be so much fun. So yeah, I hope to see you guys next time in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.